Am I overreacting after I found out my boyfriend's online friend group I became a part of 2 years ago has been just him the whole time? I was added to his 3-person e-group chat with what he explained were his closest online friends. The other 2 accounts seemed like real people because they had different aesthetics and seemingly real followers/comments on their posts. We made a Discord server and the group chat grew, where seemingly multiple people were active at any one given time. I didn't think twice, at any point, and we got closer as time passed. Lauren and I both enjoy Rob Zombie movies. Paul is my Beatles buddy. We would talk in #music about their discography at length. We all planned a research trip to Hawaii, booked everything. So imagine my surprise when I'm over at my boyfriend's house tonight and his computer is open. He was in the shower, and I needed to open my Google Docs, so I accidentally saw what he had pulled up on the screen. Follower bot sites, and also him logged in and chatting with me as Paul, who I thought I had become close with. I didn't at the time think that he made fake accounts. I thought maybe he being a moderator gave you privileges I didn't know about or something. Or like, he had their login to help him for some reason. But I'm not an idiot. I had this deep sinking feeling, so I kept snooping quite literally until he got out of the shower. The kicker was when I discovered that Lauren's account email was literally my boyfriend's backup email. It was his full name at Gmail. So during my snooping I became devastatingly confident that he was behind at least 1, maybe 2 of the accounts. I didn't even hear him turn off the shower, and he caught me, came out dripping wet with the towel. I'd never seen his face so red, and he absolutely panicked and started shouting at me to never go on his computer. He ran towards me and Alt F4 everything to close it all out quickly. I couldn't even form words on what to say, and in the end I ran out of his apartment sobbing. He texted and called me all night, asking what I think I saw, trying to explain away everything. He accused me of never being able to be calm, and searching for issues where there are none. He told me that my volatile environment as a kid has made me paranoid, but that I strive under the chaos. It was the next morning now, and needless to say, I was not going to go to see Wicked with him tonight like we had planned. Basically half of my life for the past 2 years had been a complete and total lie. I couldn't even wrap my head around the logistics of the absolute operation he had conducted. The Discord had 22 or so people in it now. Were they all him? I had to assume so. I scrolled through old messages with each of them on my phone, searching for clues. Maybe he had a tell that I could pinpoint. But no. I mean, he went to lengths to give Lauren her own personality, and could evidently code switches needed to perform his fake duties as Paul. The amount of research he had to do to make these fake persona convincing. I assume he watched House of a Thousand Bodies to try and seem like a Rob Zombie fan, and that is a movie I tried to get him to watch with me multiple times. Now I know why he didn't want to watch it. Because he did already, by himself, to convince me. I realized that part of why I fell for him in the first place was because his online friends gassed him up regularly. Many of them claimed to be old friends of his, and they were always saying poop like, "Remember when you got the teacher to cancel the final," or "Remember when you crowd surfed at the show and the band called you up to do vocals," or something like that. He wanted me to believe that he was more interesting than he really was. But in reality he is a sniveling keyboard warrior, an insecure liar who manipulates people to get what he wants. A pathological liar. And I consider myself pretty emotionally intelligent, but I never wouldn't expect anyone to do anything remotely close to this. I was in disbelief. I felt disgusting. We dated for 2 years. All the times Lauren had asked me what I was up to on the nights where my boyfriend wanted to hang out but I had other plans. He was just using these accounts to PRY about my life because he didn't trust me. And now that he was caught, he did what all psychos try to do, which is deflect. The amount of creepy texts and threats I received, the worst possible scenarios ran through my mind, and I realized I needed to tell more people in case something happened. I texted my best friend, who called me immediately and started shouting about getting out of my apartment since he knows where I live. I told her it was fine because my apartment requires a fob to get in, but she insisted. And I'm glad she did, because when I was taking the glass elevator down I saw him inside already, on the ground floor, clearly having just followed another tenant in, and he was walking fast like he was on a mission. He looked pissed. I pressed the button for the second floor quickly so the elevator would stop before it reached the ground floor. I ran out of there, and took the stairs down. He must have taken the elevator up, so he missed me. Thank God. I don't want to think about what would have happened if he had found me on the stairs. I ran to my car and went for a drive, staying on the phone with my best friend, who told me to hang up and call the police. I did, and I put in a report, but they said they couldn't send anyone out because he hadn't done anything. I told my family what happened, and more of my friends, only the ones I knew in real life of course. They all told me to cut off contact and block him everywhere. They told me to delete my socials, and I wish I had. I didn't delete my IG like an absolute moron. I saw him posting feverishly about me for the next few days, always claiming that I was a psycho bitch who cheated and ruined his life, and the worst part was seeing all of his fake accounts in the comments respond with affirmations like I knew it all along bro or something ridiculous from the fake girl accounts like, "Now that I know you are single." It was too much for me to handle, but my morbid curiosity did mean I was checking every few hours. He made up all kinds of stories about me, like I broke up with him when he received his diagnosis, which was a complete lie. He was never sick. He told everyone that he had to speak his truth and that I cancelled our child in the 3rd trimester. He literally went insane online, trying to convince everyone that I was a monster, and that I was crazy, so that when I came to tell them the reality, they wouldn't believe me. But I don't care. I never responded, never gave him what he wanted. I am just glad to have found out now, instead of much later when we really did have kids or something. I feel like I dodged a bullet. The people who really care about me will believe me anyway. Maybe what bothers me the most was that I don't understand why he did any of it. Was he a effing human TR figure or something? What the hell was his plan once we got to Hawaii?